When we first began, I remember we had no broadcasting system. The broadcasting system was a very important part, and that it would play a very pivotal role in this company. Although we started making preparations for some time, the infrastructure was not capable of doing what I wanted to do at the time. However, we have finally created a system in which allows the members to simultaneously participate in this seminar, and Atomy Success Academy system allows everyone to join at the same time. When you hear something like this, you should be able to visualize your organization in your mind. Those who are able to do this are very intelligent. They think, my group will become like this. So if I just introduce it to them and get them to participate, they can become members, raise sales, and I will be able to get a commission. People who got good grades at school might be wondering. They might think this is just about Chairman Park. What does this have to do with me? Some people might think this. People with this narrow mind will be very difficult. So we are in an information age now. I'm sure you've heard of this. And as the changes of the information age comes, all of you have to be up to par. But we are already in the information age. How will you make money with information, right? Have you made money with information? Most of you have not made money with information, but you have actually become the recipients of this information. You've actually spent more money through this information. You might have smartphones, 4 or 5 smartphones at home, right? In the past, there were only 1 phones at home. Now, each and every one of you have smartphones, 4 or 5 smartphones at home, and now it's more expensive to own smartphones, right? It didn't actually create money for you. But you can change this with Atomy now. From being on the receiving end, you can become a supplier of information. With a smartphone, you are able to inform others about the compensation plan and Atomy's company, and you don't have to use your mouth to deliver this information to other people, right? And where can you refer this information to? You can refer this information to other people now. The fortunate thing is, you don't have to be smart. You don't have to be good at studying. Isn't this good news? Were all of you good students? Most of you probably were not able to succeed because you weren't good at studying, right? But shouldn't you be happy that you don't have to be smart or be good at school now, right? Don't pretend like you were good at school. I was actually very bad at school, and I know how to succeed as someone who is bad at studying. I know the best of how to succeed while not being good at studying. Those who are not good at studying always study other subjects during another subject's time. These are the people who are bad at studying, right? But I fully understand of the hearts of those students. If you lose the pace for math, you know, the teacher is already going ahead very fast. Then no matter how much you look at your math questions, then from my end, I'm trying to utilize my time. I try to study other subjects because that's the only thing I can understand at the time, right? I'm trying to maximize my time. And that was my best of trying to be diligent with my given time. But my teacher would scold me. And she would hit me in my head and say, What are you doing? My teacher didn't understand how diligent I was. But we understand each other, right? So we are living in this information age. It doesn't really matter if you are good at studying or not. We are here now at this point. So all you have to do is refer to others about this information. But this information must have value. So what is valuable information? Don't try to think too hard. All of you who are not good at school, don't try to think too hard. A consumer must know where are good and affordable products, right? If you can refer to people where good and affordable products are, that's valuable information. That's why in Atomy, you can just tell them there's good and affordable products. Atomy's products are absolute quality products. What this means is it doesn't mean that it's better than other people, other competitors. It means it is the best at this price. Also, even if the quality is good, the price must be affordable. So at this quality, it cannot be matched with this price. Other people cannot match this price. In order to compete with us, it will kill the company itself. That's how affordable the price must be. This hemohim that we sell at 60 packets, it used to be about $77. Is there a way to make it even more affordable, more cheap? But this hemohim, it's a lot of patients actually consume this. So many of them don't have money for one reason or another. Many of them go through difficult times. So in order to provide more benefits for them, our KBNH board of director, I asked them, I want to give more packets to our consumers. What happens if we increase the box volume? Will the box company charge us more? He said, no. What about here? There's 30 packets here. What if we add 12 more packets here? Will we go out of profit? And he said, now our production capacity has increased with a bigger tank. So the labor cost is the same, but then even if we add 12 more packets, it won't take too big of a toll. So I said, let's increase the set to 42 packets instead of 30. So, all of this had to be done in the middle to mediate it, right? The CEO for KBNH, I persuaded him, and he came to my set. So I asked him a year later, what if we add 6 more packets? Will that take a toll on our company? So I said, let's increase it to 48 packets, right? He said, I can't increase it anymore. We can't increase it anymore. So I said, okay. We've already increased the volume a lot, right? Then we'll go out of business, right? So I made sure that he was okay. And I said again later, President Kim, these are 20 grams. Why don't we just make the packets the same? What if we add 10% more for each packet, so it's 22 grams? Will that take a toll on our company? And we don't have to increase the packets or the box, right? We'll just add 2 grams each for each packet. And he said that's very easy. I think that's okay. So I said let's increase it to 22 grams per packet. So he conceded, and that's how we made and increased the packet to 22 grams. And the Korean FDA said, why did you get approved for 20 grams? And why are you selling 22 grams? So I said, should we add the 2 grams or should we add the number of packets? And President Kim from KBNH already knew how I would propose to him. That's how we were able to have 54 packets per set. The price is the same, but the volumes have tremendously increased. And this is a month's worth, right? If you eat 2 packets a day, how many packets do you need? You need at least 60 packets, right? But it's 54 packets. It's quite it's a little bit lacking, right? So should we make it 60 or not? Of course we have to make it 60. So this kind of process, you really need to put your mind to it and really deliberate so that we want to make sure that our competitors won't be able to follow us. And this is not just for the health of Koreans, but for the health of our members all over the world. And Hemoim really needs to be not just a Korean functional health product, but a world-class functional health product. And it needs to be very affordable, right? No one actually tells me to increase the packets, but this is just something that I thought to myself, what can I do to add value to the consumers? Why? So that no competitor could even think about matching us, right? That's what absolute price is. That's absolute price. When I was in the military, I was a communications soldier. I would go up these wooden plaques here, and I had to install telephone lines. And whoever could climb up these poles would be competent. So there were these exhibitions. Usually, it takes about 13 seconds for a sergeant to go up the pole and then down. But I wanted to become number one, right? So what I did was I put the pole on the ground and I sprinted there and back. And it takes about 3.8 seconds. And then I would put it back upright again. And I would practice to go up and down to become 3.8 seconds. Because no one would be able to do this. This is the absolute goal, right? In order to achieve this goal, I would practice running up the pole. So I would practice going up really, really quickly with my legs, right? And then I would time myself. Ready, go. And one day, I was able to do 3.8 seconds. It works. This is an absolute goal, right? So this absolute goal is something that other competitors cannot outperform at all. I actually was in a factory for a long time. I worked in an automobile factory for 17 years. So I had a lot of ideas for mechanics and automobiles. But you had to do marketing and go through the third industrial revolution, and my mind just went blank. But I had to go that way. I had to go that path. So from that on, I started reading. I kept reading, and I think I read about 250 books on network marketing. And I think I could see something, how other people could do network marketing. And I spent about 10 years in this network marketing scene, and I was finally able to understand and have in my mind what network marketing distribution should be like, and I was able to see the problems and the future direction of this industry. So if what you like is good for you, and if it's in line with the company, with the world's trend, But if what you are good at is not in line with the trend of the world, then you should not do that. What you need to pick is the trend of the world. You need to change your temperaments. If you don't change your temperament, then you will have to live a life of poverty. Anyone here have a temperament of poverty? Some of you, anyone here who like being poor? If you don't change your temperament, then you will have to do work that totally does not fit your temperament. You have to live as a poor person. Some people say, I like just being a common person. Don't lie to yourself. How can you like being poor? How can you like just being a commoner? I had an internet company as well. I had to live in a $500 home. There's a person who just shoots an arrow anywhere, right? And then they draw their target here. And then they say, I hit it. There are people who live like this. This kind of person will never be able to hit the mark. This is what commoners look like. You do not like being a commoner, but you just ended up becoming a commoner. Don't live like that. You first need to draw a target. I want to be a rich person. I want to serve others. Then you shoot with your arrow. You might miss the target at first. It might go to the side. But then there are times where you can hit the target. That is Atomy, right? This is how you must live your life. So first you need to set your goal, set your target. If you don't do that, then you won't be able to escape from poverty, and you won't be able to live a life that you want. There's statistics that say only 1% are able to succeed, that are rich. Only 4% are able to solve their financial crisis. They are not rich, but they don't have to ask to others. And 15% have passed away. And 10% are only living day by day. There's work, but they can't. They don't have wealth, and 70% have no work and no money as well. And this was their future. In which category do you think you fall in? I think many of you are here, no money, no work, and lots of expenses, right? So why do people study for 30 years and then work for 30 years from morning till night? And why are there results where 95% are failures and only 1% are true successful people? So Andrew Carnegie studied this, and he speculated that even if he was to do it 100 times and over, he would still be successful, and there was a reason why people would fail. The reason for that is because people did not know the laws for success. People did not know the principles for success. If people just knew this law, then even if he did it 100 times and over, he will still be successful. All he needed to do was follow this law of success. But all of these people here, they did not know the laws of success. That's why they could not succeed. So Carnegie said that he wanted to let others know about this laws of success. So he looked for someone who could collect this information, and he was a reporter in his 20s, a young man whose name was Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill. So Andrew Carnegie said for 25 years, if you can track the 20 most prominent people, maybe you can interview them and figure out how they were able to succeed. And this is the principles of success. These principles are not set by anyone. It's not arbitrarily set. It's like the true north principle. This is something that is written by Stephen Covey. The direction north has already been set. So this law for success is already set. If you follow these laws, you will succeed. If you live however you want, then you will not be able to succeed. So these are like the laws of nature. Laws of nature are already set, right? Water flows from the top to bottom. There are laws for success that are already set, like the laws of nature. This is also called the laws of farming. When a farmer farms, he must farm according to the laws of nature. For example, if you plant during the fall, will that farmer succeed or fail? They'll fail, right? If you don't follow the laws of farming, then you cannot succeed in farming. You must follow the laws of farming in order to succeed. So in order to farmer to succeed in farming, he must follow the laws of farming. So what must you do if you want to succeed? You must follow the laws of success. These laws of success, when we compare it to the laws of farming, let's try to deduce some of the truth. Many of you know the laws of farming, right? What's the first thing that a farmer must do? In order to succeed, what's the first thing that a farmer must do? They must do something. What is it? So we need to figure out what a farmer must do if they want to succeed. Some say they need to prepare the seed. Some say they need to prepare the equipment, the workforce. Some say you need money. There's a lot of opinions, but in reality, what a farmer first needs to do is decide what he wants to harvest, how much of what he wants to harvest. That might be 10 sacks of rice or 1 sack of peanuts. Doesn't matter what it is, a farmer must first think of these results first in his mind. And then it comes into his storage as results. So what must you do? You must first draw in your mind a life in which you have succeeded. You must draw a successful life of yourself in your mind. However, this is a very complicated thing. The reason why it's complicated is because humans are complicated beings. Humans have the flesh. All of you know the flesh, right? The body is finite. But then we have the spirit and then we have the soul. Humans have the spirit and the soul. They're usually used interchangeably. And then there's the environment. There's the environment that surrounds us. So our body, soul, and spirit and environment all have different needs. So in order to succeed, we must satisfy these needs. What does your body require? The body requires health, right?
오래 살아야 돼.
You must
장수를 해야
first
돼.
be healthy and you must live long.
건강하다가 그냥 40도 안 돼가지고 갑자기 어느 날 턱 죽어버렸어. 그것도
What happens
별로
if
우리가
someone
바라는 부분이
dies
아니라 이게.
after
건강하고 오래
they've
살고.
reached 40, right? You need to be
풍요롭게
healthy.
살기를 원한다 이거예요.
Then you need to
의식주를 해결을 해야 돼. 의식주를.
have
요게 육이 요구하는
abundance.
거예요. 그러니까 잘 살아야 된다 이거. 잘 살며.
To live well.
이 영이 요구하는 게 있어요. 근데 영과 혼을
Then there is a spirit. Some people don't distinguish between spirit and soul.
영하고 혼하고는 다른데 예를 들면 이런 거예요. 영은 우리가 컨트롤이 잘 안 되는 영역이다 이렇게 생각을 하면 되고 혼은 우리가 컨트롤이 가능한
So the spirit is the area in which we cannot control. The soul is something that we can control. Like your thoughts, right?
생각하기 싫다. 다른 거 생각하자. 이럴 수도 있단 말이에요. 그렇게 컨트롤이 가능한. 또 화를 내다가도 에이 참자. 화내지 말자.
Or maybe you're angry, but then you convince yourself, let's not get mad. Or you might choose to get even more mad. So these emotions all fall under the soul, or the things of the intellect, like information or intelligence. So, and all of you have the desire to learn. These all fall under the soul. But then there is a conscience which fall under the spirit. And the concept of time. All of these fall under the spirit. In the Bible, it says God has given us a heart to long for eternity. These are all spiritual functions. So the conscience and the heart to long for eternity, all of these fall under the spirit. Then there's our environment. We want to contribute to our environment. And when 4 of these are satisfied, if 4 of these are satisfied, then you will have achieved a balanced life. Can you repeat after me? A balanced life. A balanced life is to live well, to love, to learn, and to contribute. You must satisfy all 4 of these aspects of life, and that's how you become truly successful.
자, 그러면은 우리가 어떤 모습으로 살아가야 될 건지 우리 머릿속에 그려야 되는데
So you must draw in your mind what kind of life it is that you want to live, but it's very complicated. So you need to make a movie in your mind, the kind of life that you want. What kind of car will you drive? What kind of clothes will you wear? Who will you be meeting? Whom will you be eating with? Whom do you want to help? And this kind of life must be drawn inside your mind. So whether it's 3 years or 5 years or 10 years from now, you need to draw a movie in your mind, the life that you want to live. And this needs to be vividly drawn in your mind, and your life will become like that. Your mind will manifest this reality. Is this all you need to do? Yes. Scientists prove that this is true. There's a reason why this works. Let's have an experiment. Our bodies cannot distinguish between what is real and what is just imagined. For example, if I put a red pomegranate in your mouth right now, the pulp is exploding in your mouth, that sour and sweet taste. The pulp is popping in your mouth, and the sour and sweet taste radiates throughout your mouth. What's happening in your mouth right now? Are you not salivating? If you're not, you need to go to the hospital. Even if you did not consume the pomegranate, your body reacts in the same way as if you actually consume the red pomegranate.
예를 들면은
So for example,
회장이 오늘부터 매달
if I
3천만
said
원씩
from
넣어드리겠습니다.
today
이렇게
I will
하면은
give
여러분들 몸이
$30,000
어떻게 바뀔 것 같아요?
a month in your wallet, what do you think will
여러분들
happen to your bodies?
우리 해모임이 면역력 증강이라든가 피로 회복에 기가 막힌데 이거보다 더 좋은 게 하나
Hemoim is
있어요.
actually
오늘
very good for your
가르쳐드릴게요.
health. Let me tell you something
그게
that's better than
뭐냐면
Hemoim,
돈이라는 거예요. 돈.
and it's actually money.
여러분 통장에 한 달에 3천만 원씩만 5천만 원씩만 꼬박꼬박 들어가면은요 웬만한 잔병은 다 나서
If you're given $30,000 a month in your wallet every month, then most of your illnesses will go away. Whether your eyes become dark or your
3천만
back
5천만
is
원씩
hurting,
들어오는데 눈이 침침해.
then everything will go away. $30,000 to $50,000
그런데
a month is a
그것이
lot.
실제로 여러분 통장에 들어가는
But
거하고
your body will
들어온다고 생각을
react
하는
the
거하고
same way as if you
똑같이
imagine
여러분의 몸이
receiving this
반응을
money
한다 하는
or
거예요.
as if you've imagined
그러니까
it.
나는 아침에 일어나려고 하면은 센터 나가려고 하면은 너무 몸이 무겁고
So maybe
천장도
sometimes
무겁다.
you feel like your body is worn down when you want to go out to the center.
사장님 오늘부터 제가 한 달에 3천만 원씩
What if I tell that person, hey, I will give you $30,000 a month? If they can just hear this, do you think they will be light as a feather or do you think they will be heavy? They will become as light as a feather. They will just dance because they're so happy, right?
그냥
They'll be so happy. That's how our body reacts. It reacts in the same way as if someone tells us they'll give us $30,000 and as if we've imagined it. So we can change how our body reacts. So you need to imagine in your mind the life that you want to live. So if you want to drive a Mercedes and you're making $30,000 a month or $50,000 a month, then this will change the way you act, your attitude. In the beginning, there were 17 people. There was an Imperial Master, Chungsu Park. Her restaurant, her duck restaurant was falling apart. There were 17 of us there. And I said, let's do Atomy business. And I said, this company will become a global company. And all of you will go into the biggest apartments in Korea. That's what I told them. And when you become Crown Masters, I'll buy you a Mercedes. But do you know, the car that I drove at that time was a $2,800 rundown van. I was driving a $2,800 van, but I was promising to give $1 million to the Imperial Master. And this is before we had 50,000 Korean won bills. So I thought, how do I give this money? Oh, I thought if we have a crater, then forklift will be able to hand it in a crater. So I told them, all the 17 people of them, I will give them $1 million each. So I thought, I want this to be a global company. So I said, we will go to global, we will go abroad.
그 17명 중에서 10명 이상이 지금 다 저 본부장 이상 로얄 마스터급으로 다 들어갔어요, 지금.
And many of them now are royal masters, imperial masters, and have become leaders of this company. So if you put it in your mind, then it will become our reality. Where did this company come from? From whose mind? It came out from my mind. Right? Where did the successful people come from? Where will it come from? No, it will come from your mind. And you must vividly draw this life of success in your mind. And this process of making this image in your mind. This is a life scenario.
의식주 중에서 잘 살려면 집이 있어야 되겠죠.
Now, you first need a house, right?
원하는지를 여기다가 구체적으로
So you need to write specifically the house that you want, or how will you treat your parents, your children, how will you travel, how will you serve others, how will you maintain your health.
여러분들이 구체적으로
You need to write down specifically how you will achieve this. And don't throw this away. You need to be able to look into this life scenario and rewrite this every month. Then you will be able to realize your dream, your life like a movie. It depends really what you draw in your mind. If you draw in your mind a truly successful image, then you can become a successful person indeed. Then other people will see you and they will draw towards you.
안 오겠지 안 오겠지 가가지고 얘기를 해보자 얘기해보니까 안 되네 스폰서한테 뽀로로 가가지고
Maybe you're scared that people will reject you. Maybe you're scared that your sponsors will reject you. So you just go to other people and check that it won't work, right? Of course it won't work if you do work like that. For those who will succeed, have a desperateness in their mind. I will be successful for my parents. I don't want to give them $200-$300. I want to give them $2,000, $3,000 a month. I will help my friends. I will contribute back to the society. If you have those whom you truly love, you must have a fiery passion in your heart. If you have those whom you love, because you need to make $30,000, $50,000 a month. Are you ready to be on board? So for your loved ones, you need to have a fiery passion. Like the Royal Master who is up here, I will conclude my lecture, hoping that all of you will be successful.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.